I just got to talking to Social Security. You guys know the problems I've been having with them since 2013, 14, 15. They've gotten worse and worse. Now, I've taken them to court. Well, I've tried to file cases against them in court to provide me with my Social Security records, my files. They would not do that. So you guys know me. I went and put in a lawsuit against them, and I asked, sent in a motion to have them show me my records. So I had a subpoena, and I delivered it to Social Security office myself. As my court date was coming around, they still hadn't provided me with my records. So I went back to Markham Courthouse. I filed an emergency motion. I filed an emergency motion because I wanted those records before our court date. They still never provided me with my records. On my court date, I went to court and the judge said that I could not sue Social Security government agencies at district courts. So I went down to the law library. I looked up the cases and found she was wrong. She said I had to go to a federal court. So when I went back before the judge and told her the law book says she's wrong, she told me, because I went before her 3 times telling her the information she gave me was correct. So she told me if I come back to her again, she's going to throw the case out. And she already saying she's not going to see the case. So I went downtown to the federal building, filed the case in the federal building. They didn't want to accept the case. They would not give me a court date. They told me they would call me when I have a court date. Now check this out. I got a letter, a folder, an envelope from this attorney named Lang. Says on the paperwork says he was a district attorney. He was a lawyer for Social Security. So I called this lawyer Lang, and I asked him, what is the district attorney doing representing Social Security? He told me he was assistant district attorney. So he told me that he was going to go before the court and get a court date. Now, the date that I talked to him was a Tuesday. He told me we would probably go to court that following Monday. So he told me, call me about the information. Friday, I get a letter from the clerk's office, downtown Federal Building. They asked me was I going to file for appearance to come in. So I called the clerk's office to let them know I was, and the clerk's office told me that the case had already been settled. The case was dismissed. He said I had to talk to Judge Starr to find out what happened. So I called Judge Starr, and she refused to answer the telephone. Now, I'm recording these conversations, so after they knew I was recording, Judge Starr calls me and tell me that lawyer Lang had went and closed doors, behind closed doors, and with another judge, and they dismissed the case. Number one, that state's attorney, sister state's attorney, wherever he said he was, told me we would go to court that Monday, but by Friday, he had already went to a judge and they threw the case out. How is that possible when nobody notified me? You understand what I'm saying? That they just went in chambers and threw the case out without notifying me. Now, they refused to let me file the case again. Now, I have just talked to Social Security again, and you guys, I wonder what happened to y'all cost of living raises you're supposed to get. I just talked to them. They said that my raise is $12. Really? $12 cost of living? Really? But you guys can verify that information because I've been telling you all the time how evil Social Security is. And as of yet, out of all these places I've been to, even here in California, they refuse to give me my records. So, um, there's nothing else I can do. Because if they say $12 is what I'm supposed to get for the year, that's all I can do. Just collect evidence. And they don't mind. I've been doing this since 2013, collecting evidence on them. And they don't mind because they've already shut down. That building over there on San Bernardino, when I went by there, the window was boarded up. No Social Security office would leave that window boarded up, a broken window boarded up all that long. They fixed it last time I was over there because they knew I was coming in the area. But with all the security gap, those special forces, like I showed in them videos, I don't know about loaded. All them special forces, but the first thing they ask you, do you have explosives of weapons? How they go through every piece of thing. People in wheelchairs can't get in if they can't walk. If they metal wheelchairs can't go through that metal detector, they will not let them in. So, as I said, they knew something was coming a long time ago. That's why they have up front, they have 3 military with bulletproof vests, and there's a lot more in the back, upstairs and downstairs in the basement. So, they knew this was coming. They've already shut down. Alright guys, I'm going to upload this. Like I said, people still playing in the Social Security, and Social Security has dismantled.